Jason Decanio Show. Starring your host, Jason Decanio. On the Jason Decanio Show, you get the greatest of music, news, weather, and of course, news of the weird. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the Jason Decanio Show, the greatest listener-supported internet radio station on this great planet we call Earth. And now, the guy that's so cool, they gave him his own radio station, Jason Decanio.
Thank you, Nick Jones, and welcome to this edition of the Jason Decanio Show for episode number 415 on this Thursday night, December 4th, 2014. We're coming to you live from the WJDC studios in beautiful Frito, Florida for an unscheduled edition of our show because we are going to be talking about the situation with our friendly neighborhood cyber stalker, and this time, to add more fuel to the fire, we found out now that the accomplice is starting to shoot his mouth off, and we're going to basically take and give what I like to call the Republican truthful side to the lying Democrat liberal side of their podcast that they did sometime yesterday. So, my guest, of course, is Keith Detweiler, and we're going to be on for the next hour, basically going over what we saw on the podcast, expose more lies and accusations and allegations, show you what the accomplice is up to, and why he is basically hurting Mr. Fitch's chances of even trying to get freedom. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Yes, friends, and indeed we are on our way to calling Keith Detweiler right now, so let's get him on the phone and definitely speak with him, and that way we'll be able to have the conversation that we're going to call him tonight. Here we go. Hey, Mr. Detweiler, how's it going tonight?
Good. Hey, Jason Decanio.
Yes, welcome once again back to the show, Brody Boy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm glad we could do this show tonight.
I'm glad we could do it in an unscheduled way where it was a last-minute thing, and glad you're here to give us more insight of what happened, because tonight we're basically going to be talking about the very podcast that they did on December 3rd, which was yesterday, and we're going to...
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yep. And that other thing that Doc uploaded from the court documents online, there's proof right there that they used material to harass us with. Well, not me and you, but to harass the case itself.
Right.
All right? That's actually damaging to Finch. Finch needs to keep his mouth shut if he's going to continue his bullying and harassing online. Yep. They all know what he does, and that's what we're talking about tonight.
That's right, exactly. So we thank you so much for coming out on the phone tonight with your busy schedule, and I know this is a busy month for you for work and everything, so with a schedule like this, we're glad that you were able to take some time out to join us here on the show tonight. So, we got an hour. Let's go ahead and kill it. And not
and let's talk about Charles Finch's golden parachute plan.
Yes.
That parachute isn't going to open.
I tell you. They basically were just... and you listened to the whole entire podcast because it was uploaded on Mr. Coon's eBay Car Scams YouTube channel, and he put all his videos on that new channel. So yes, Mr. Kuhn, we are exposing you tonight as well. You are asking to be exposed, and we are going to expose you for it. Now, like I said, you could sue us, take us to court, whatever the case may be, but we are going to truthfully expose you, and I guarantee you this is going on YouTube, and it's going to stay up there. So.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ed Kuhn. Yeah, one, he says he must put his 2 cents worth in every time and prove that the accusations against Mr. Finch are untrue. And yet, the video is there of him harassing Joe. Okay, the video is there with a PPO order of him harassing Rob Walchek.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's not me. It's the criminal me. It's Ebayisajoke doing it. It's not Charles Finch. Well, sorry, pal. Not unless your company is called Ebayisajoke Incorporated, which I doubt it is.
Yeah,
you're still liable for the material you put out on the internet and the people you harass.
Yeah, where's this LLC? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and his company LLC is unlicensed.
Yeah, these are two individuals basically who were kicked off of eBay many, many years ago and now want to say nice little insults, basically screw them over, give very, very untruthful advice to people as to how to scam and fraud people. That's basically what they do. Now, Mr. Kuhn could say in his defense that he's a used car salesman for over 20-some-odd years. Mr. Kuhn, the problem is who would want to buy from a person as dishonest as yourself, especially if you have anything of the criminal background of yourself. Your credibility's been shot because you chose to come on and tell everybody how to scam and fraud. Real simple. And you're listening to a guy in a mask.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, he's listening. He's getting fed the lies, and I don't know for you or anybody else on the internet that can say how long Ed Kuhn and Finch, Charles Finch, have been friends.
Oh,
you know,
their friendship.
I do know one thing about both of them. They both hide behind virtual VPN, what's called firewalls on both of their services, both services. Okay,
mm-hmm.
And they run it through Cloudflare on their websites. I will tell you everything about these people and how sketchy they are, because they know that the stuff they do is defamation on eBay, and now it's defamation and criminal towards people on eBay, especially Joe. Okay,
mm-hmm.
He's done nothing but try to destroy Joe online for the last 3 years. If you can hide any of that evidence, Mr. Finch, go ahead and try. Your stupid methods got you in trouble because you made videos.
Yeah, and then you had to tell Mr. Kuhn your vicious plan, and then he bought into it, and he's actually, I don't know if there's money being exchanged, if you're buying out Mr. Kuhn to protect yourself, where you need a buddy in order to get, these are all factors working against you, Mr. Fitch, and you realize that you're not going to win.
Well, the thing is, Mr. Kuhn actually believes that Finch is the victim of the one being smeared all over the internet in his name. Well, I will tell you, Mr. Kuhn, if you really looked at it on our point of view and saw what he was doing in the beginning, which you probably did know, and he's just playing in the Finch's cards, okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
The fact is that Charles Finch smeared Joe's reputation all over the internet way beforehand, okay? And you got busted by the Fox 2 News Network for the crap that you pull online to people.
That's right. And then he goes farther on beyond stalking Rob Walchek after the fact, goes to his house, takes pictures of his car, his house, puts them on his website, and tends to sue Fox News now for harassment and bullying. And yet, here's a guy who's basically likes to flip the script, and we've known that from day one, you know?
Yeah, he extorts. Okay, here's what he's doing, okay? He's twisting the facts and extorting them. And trying to twist it around for his favor, okay? It don't work that way in court, and it never has. And the real court gesture here is Chuck, okay?
Yep.
He's going to get something that he doesn't want in that courtroom.
Which is
and
the truth.
And he's trying to sue a network that put him on with proof and evidence of what everybody's saying, including Spook Gonzaga, Pete, that was on the news, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Clove community and that information that Pete knows about Charles Finch is all true. I know the person behind Clove community, okay? I know the person that owns that website. I don't know him personally, but I know of the person that owns the web community, okay? Mm-hmm. And that person has not been announced or will announce himself, because I don't blame him for being scared of what Finch will do to that person.
Right.
But considering the fact that Charles Finch put his information on the Clove community and harassed people on there, the owner of that website has been contacted and is giving that information for information ports of Finch's IP addresses, okay? That much I do know, and that I will share.
Great.
And Finch is not going to get a penny from Fox 2 News.
No, in fact, he may have to wind up owing money to Fox News if they countersue him or criminally prosecute him. I mean,
yes, they can, because he's fudging material, okay? He's tampering with evidence and trying to flip out the words, okay?
Yep.
We all know that's what Charles Finch does, and Ed Kuhn does the same thing.
Right.
Yep.
And
he uses those harassing methods for extortion, and that itself is criminal. Those criminal charges is enough to put him away for a few years.
And neither of our videos, Keith, that we've done between you and me have ever tampered with any kind of evidence that Joe has put out there. I mean, Joe has a lot of evidence against Mr. Fitch. He's got a lot of evidence against Mr. Kuhn. And yes, Fitch may be right in a way of saying that Joe keeps information from both you and me, but because his lawyer, quote unquote, his lawyer has told him not to expose that kind of information on the public airwaves or on the internet. And Joe has respected his lawyer's wishes, and that, as much as it could say, shows, Mr. Fitch, that you are the scumbag of a lying weasel, because you can't even respect your own lawyer's instructions on how to keep your fucking mouth shut.
That's true. And Ed Kuhn did the same thing with putting the court case on a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm. And the document.
And the
document. Because they said it was
material. There's proof right there that they go around getting people's information and posting it online.
And even if it's court information, which is, they say it's okay to publicize that kind of information. It's not okay to publicize anything that you yourself are going to use to harass and bully somebody against with. Do you understand, Mr. Fitch and Mr. Kuhn, that you are breaking the law when you use public documents like that against somebody in an attempt to either shun them away, do harm to them, or the likes of? And you yourselves seem to not think that that's not against the law. Well, it is against the law. It's totally wrong. It's immoral, immature, and you two fat fucks are going to get a taste of the medicine brought to justice in the courts. Really simple.
Yeah, he thinks he's getting his clean getaway trying to sue Fox 2 News because they're the network behind putting him on the news. Well, the investigation team saw all the stuff that Charles Finch was doing, which got him exposed, okay?
Right.
Exposing a criminal. And usually most people go away. He didn't go away. He said, I'm a critic. I'm a critic of eBay. No, you're a critic of harassment, stalking people online.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we exposed. And that is what we've proved.
Yes. See,
and Joe, all that is evidence online, Mr. Finch and Mr. Kuhn.
Yep. Joe has proved that Fitch is a criminal on the eBay side of it because he stole the hubcaps from him. He didn't pay him one single penny for the items that he bid on. And yet again, on Fitch's podcast, he says, I don't know